Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing a review of a horror film from the United States, English language, released in the year 2013, directed by Stephen Sommers, and this film is called Odd Thomas. Now, Odd Thomas is a Dean Koontz adaptation. Dean Koontz is an author who wrote a book, a series of books concerning this character. So this has since been made into a film. So for all of you who love the Dean Koontz novels, then this is going to appeal to you. So Odd Thomas is this character who is a young man living in Pico Mundo, which is a very rural community somewhere in the United States. He has a beautiful girlfriend and he works at a fry grill restaurant. Now, he can see dead people, and whenever he sees dead people, it means that something bad is happening. So in this occasion, there is a monumental event that is about to hit the community of Picamundo that is going to be disastrous. So Odd Thomas is seeing these dead people, he is seeing these monsters that belong in the underworld, and he is trying to come to terms with what's going on before it's too late. So this is going to put himself and the people he loves in grave danger, and whether or not he can save the community from this bad thing that's going to happen is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now, my thoughts on Odd Thomas. I am a massive fan of Dean Koontz, and that to me was the initial problem that the movie was going to have. I like going into a film, if it's based on a book, having not read the book, because then I won't be comparing it to it. But because I love Dean Koontz as an author, and because I love the character of Odd Thomas, I was skeptical, because I was worried I was just going to continuously compare the two, and because more times than not the movie doesn't live up to the book, I was going to be disappointed. So that was my only skepticism coming into it. I was really excited to see it. I saw the trailer. I was blown away by the trailer. I thought it had the potential to be very good, and thankfully it is very good. It stays true to the book. I will say that there are problems to the film. It felt like, although it was a movie, it felt more like a television show. It felt like a kind of, the story wasn't finished and it belonged to another week, and then another, and then another. It just didn't feel like it was a compact movie. It felt like it had a lot of loose ends that could have been made into other movies, so hopefully this is a series. But it just felt to me, as I said, it felt like a television show rather than a feature film. When you see the movie yourself, you'll see what I mean. And to me, that was the only problem with it. As I said, it stays true to the book. The character of Odd Thomas was played very well by Anton Yelchin. He was a very likable character. And the thing about Dean Koontz books is that it's a very cheesy sort of atmosphere. It's a surreal atmosphere. And although I wouldn't say it's a teenage movie or teenage books, I will say that they're light-hearted sort of adult books. It's not something that's going to strike you with a lot of disturbing element. It's a very dark story. I will say that it is dark, but it's not quite disturbing enough to shock you. It's a very enjoyable experience, and it's an experience that a lot of people could have. Even teenagers could enjoy this story, because it is clean. It is nothing that is really in your face. Yes, some of the themes might be quite disturbing, but they're never gone into enough to really shock the audience. So it's not the movie that you're really going to have to survive to get through. It's a movie that you're really going to enjoy, and I thought the enjoyment levels in Odd Thomas were very, very well done. The continuity, it doesn't take too long to get into it, which is something I really appreciated. Some of these stories take a while to introduce the characters, but in this movie, it felt like the characters were being introduced while the juicy parts were happening. So it was going through some of the movies narrated by Odd Thomas, which I thought helped. It kind of didn't have to go through unnecessary territory. It just, as I said, as the action is happening, it's explaining what's going on. So it does feel like it's snowballing into bigger and better things. And to me, for that, I appreciate it. I thought the continuity is fantastic, and it doesn't take long to get to action. So if you've got a short attention span, you won't have to worry. It is over before you know it, so that is a sign that the movie is really interesting. So the acting from the supporting cast, I'm not sure who played Stormy, but she was a really likable character. You've got Porter, who is the police officer in the books. He was played by Willem Dafoe. All the characters are very warm and fuzzy, so I felt that the characters were all part of this warm family. So the community of Picamundo, you felt like you were part of it. So it has a very warm, tender feeling, but at the same time, when the darkness approaches and the bad things start happening, you feel that it's the community versus them. And I really like that. Not a lot of films have that element to it. In the 80s, a lot of these movies had that feel, and I felt that it's forgotten art these days. But Odd Thomas, it takes you back to the 80s, and it takes you back to that, the evil presence in a very close-knit community. So what happens in the end, I thought there was a lot of twists and turns that keep you on the edge of your seat. The suspense is there, which I really enjoyed, but as I said, it just felt like a television show rather than a movie. It felt like a pilot that was trying to impress a television station in order to play it. So that was my biggest criticism of it. The cinematography is excellent, the CGI was very good, and everything in it is just a really enjoyable experience. And if you're a fan of the books, I'm sure you're going to be a fan of this film because I really liked it. So overall, for Odd Thomas, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars, and it's going to come at recommended. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.